day 10, meal number 1. Just made my pills today. And now I'm going to start pop on. I'm excited. I believe my lab results are going to get in. So really excited to take a gander and see where my results are compared to the last time I took tests. So look at that, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Bam! I am getting really good at swallowing pills. So this will be, I'm starting late today, 8:30. So 8:39, that's 11. Wow, actually only 11. So everything's gonna get pushed back 2 hours, 2.5 hours. One thing that was really interesting is I drank last night. I had 3 glasses of wine and white wine. And wow, now that I've put that connection between basically taste and hunger, I've done much research. Actually, in my next meal, I'll actually show you some of the stuff that I found out. But basically, I think there's a direct correlation between not tasting food and taking the pills and why I am not hungry. And also why the pills being in my stomach every 2.5 hours stops the ghrelin from being released, which is something that would also tell me that I'm hungry. But there's been all these studies that show that people who lose their taste as they get older, or if they had a surgery, or they do some kind of medicine that actually makes them lose their taste, these people actually lose weight just because the signaling of tasting these different flavors, makes you more hungry, makes you salivate, makes you want to eat more. And if you're not having any type of taste, boom, there you go. There's actually a direct correlation to smells too. There's research being done right now where if you just have people smell food and then not eat it, they actually feel satisfied. There's a direct correlation where people who cook a meal, so if you're in the kitchen, you're the cook, you're cooking for 30, 40 minutes, and then by the time you sit down, you start eating, you're kind of like, I'm not actually that hungry. The reason being is your brain's been smelling it, it thinks it's been eating it, and then it says, all right, we've probably had enough, and shuts off. And then you're just not as interested in that food. Same time sometimes happens in a restaurant when you're in there. And then the other thing is you can actually smell stuff, your ghrelin level can spike, but ghrelin level doesn't spike and stay up, it actually does waves. So you can be at a restaurant, you start salivating, you're waiting, and by the time you have a really late staff come out and bring you the food, you're like, oh, I'm kind of not hungry. And the thing is, the ghrelin level has decreased. It spiked and then came down. You've been smelling food, so that decreases your appetite. And then also, you salivate and you create stomach acid ready for the food, and it actually starts to fill up your stomach and the gases. So a lot of times you're like, oh, I just don't feel hungry now. So anyway, it's really interesting, the dynamics of what makes you hungry. And I'll dive into it a little bit more with some of the research. So, all right, I'm going to do my walk, and I'll talk to you at the next feeding.